You'll spend money carefully, but you throw away time like it's nothing. Seneca, a man who had wealth, power, and access to everything Rome could offer. And he realized something that most people never figure out. You can always make more money. You can never make more time. Every second you waste is gone forever. And most people don't realize this until it's too late. Until they're old. Until time has run out. Until there's nothing left to do but regret how they spent it. But Seneca saw it clearly. And what he understood about time will change how you live every single day, if you let it. So let's go back. Ancient Rome, about 2,000 years ago. Seneca is wealthy, educated, advisor to emperors. He has everything society says you should want, and he watches people around him. Rich people, powerful people, people who have more than they could ever need. And he notices something strange. They're all busy, frantically busy, running from meeting to meeting, event to event, obligation to obligation, complaining they don't have enough time, that life is too short, that they wish they had more hours in the day. But here's what Seneca saw. These people weren't busy with things that mattered. They were busy with nonsense, with appearances, with things other people expected them to do, with distractions disguised as obligations. And while they were busy wasting their time, they were also stingy with their money. They'd carefully consider every purchase, every investment, every expense. Because money matters. Money is valuable. You don't just throw it away. But time? They threw it away constantly, without thought, without care, like it was infinite. And Seneca realized this is insane. Because time is the one thing you can never get back. Money comes and goes. You lose it, you can make more. But time, once it's gone forever. He said people are protective of their property but careless with their time. Someone asks to borrow money, you think about it. Someone asks for your time, you just give it away. No questions asked. Why? Because we don't see time as valuable. We see it as something we have plenty of. We think we'll always have more. We think there's time later, tomorrow, next year, someday, but someday never comes. And one day you wake up and realize most of your life is behind you, and you can't remember where it went. You can't point to what you actually did with all those hours, all those days, all those years. Seneca saw people living like they were immortal, like they had unlimited time, making plans for the distant future while wasting the present, saying they'll do what matters later, after they retire, after they're successful, after things calm down. But things never calm down, and later never comes. And suddenly you're old and all you have is regret about how you spent your time. He wrote about this to a friend. He said, "You're living like you're going to live forever, but you're not. You're dying right now. Every second that passes is one less second you have. And you're spending it on things that don't matter." People waste time on stupid arguments, on worrying about what others think, on gossip, on scrolling, on watching other people live instead of living themselves, on doing things they don't even want to do just because someone expects it. And then they complain they don't have time for what matters, don't have time to spend with family, don't have time to work on their goals, don't have time to do the things they actually care about. But it's not that they don't have time. It's that they're giving their time away to things that don't deserve it. Seneca said the problem isn't that life is short. The problem is that we waste most of it. Life is actually long enough to do meaningful things, but only if you stop throwing your time away on meaningless things. He broke down how people waste time, and this is where it gets uncomfortable. Because you're probably doing all of these things right now. First, people waste time on other people's agendas. You do things because someone expects you to, because it's what you're supposed to do, because saying no feels uncomfortable. So you say yes, and your time disappears into obligations you never wanted. Second, people waste time preparing for life instead of living it. They're always getting ready, always planning, always waiting for the right moment, but they never actually start. They never actually do the thing. They just prepare forever. Third, people waste time on regret and worry, replaying the past, stressing about the future, never actually present in the moment they're in. So even when they're alive, they're not really living. They're somewhere else in their heads. Fourth, people waste time on things that feel productive but aren't. Busy work, meetings that go nowhere, tasks that don't actually move anything forward. They're busy, but they're not doing anything that matters. And here's the worst part. Most people don't realize any of this until it's too late. They go through life on autopilot, doing what they're told, following the script, checking the boxes, and one day they wake and realize they never actually lived. They just existed. Seneca said, "This is the greatest tragedy. Not dying, but never living in the first place." So, what's the solution? How do you stop wasting time? First, you have to see it clearly. You have to recognize that time is the most valuable thing you have. More valuable than money. More valuable than status. More valuable than anything. Because time is life. When you waste time, you're wasting your actual life. Not some abstract concept. Your real, actual, only life. Once you see that, once you really understand that, everything changes. Because suddenly you can't just give your time away anymore. You can't just say yes to everything. You can't just waste hours on things that don't matter. Second, you have to guard your time like you guard your money. When someone asks for your time, think about it. Is this worth it? Is this actually important? Or am I just saying yes because I don't want to disappoint them? Most people will use as much of your time as you let them. They'll talk forever. They'll create drama. They'll involve you in things that have nothing to do with you. And if you let them, your time will disappear. But if you protect it, if you say no, if you create boundaries, suddenly you have time for what actually matters. Third, you have to stop preparing and start living. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop planning for someday. Do the thing now, today. Because today is the only day you actually have. You want to start a business? Start today. Want to learn something? Start today. Want to spend time with people you love? Do it today. Because tomorrow isn't promised. And even if it comes, you'll probably waste it too if you're not careful. Fourth, you have to be present. Stop living in the past or the future. Stop replaying what happened or worrying about what might happen. Be here, right now, fully. Because this moment is all you actually have. When you're with someone, be with them. Not on your phone, not thinking about work. Actually, there. When you're doing something, do it. Don't half do it while thinking about 10 other things. Be present. Be alive. Now, let's make this practical. Look at your day yesterday. How did you spend your time? What did you actually do? How much time on social media? How much time on meaningless conversations? How much time doing things you didn't want to do? How much time worrying? How much time distracted? Add it all up, and then ask yourself, was that worth it? If you could trade that time for anything, would you choose to spend it the same way? Probably not. But you did spend it that way. And you'll probably spend today the same way, and tomorrow, and the next day, unless you change something. Seneca would tell you to audit your time like you audit your money. Track where it's going, See where you're wasting it. And then cut out the waste. Ruthlessly, stop saying yes to things you don't want to do. Stop spending time with people who drain you. Stop scrolling for hours. Stop watching your life pass by while other people live theirs. Start saying no. Start protecting your time. Start doing things that actually matter to you. Start living intentionally instead of accidentally. Because here's the truth. You don't have time to waste. You think you do. You think you have years ahead of you. Decades maybe. And maybe you do. Or maybe you don't. You don't know. What you do know is that you have today, right now, this moment. And you can either waste it or use it. You can either live it or let it slip away. Seneca wrote this stuff 2,000 years ago. And he's still right. Time is more valuable than gold. More valuable than anything. Because time is life itself. And most people waste it. Not because they don't care, but because they don't see it. They don't realize what they're doing until it's too late. But you can be different. You can see it now. You can decide right now that your time matters. That your life matters. That you're not going to waste another day doing things that don't mean anything to you. You can decide to live intentionally. To protect your time. To use it on things that actually matter. To be present. To be alive. This is what Seneca figured out. Life isn't short if you don't waste it. There's enough time to do meaningful things. To build something. To love people. To create. To live fully. But only if you stop giving your time away to things that don't deserve it. Only if you start treating time like the most valuable thing you have. Because it is. Every moment you're reading this, time is passing. You can't stop it, but you can decide how to use it. And that decision, that choice, that's where your life actually happens. Seneca knew this. And he left it here for you. The question is what you're going to do with it. Subscribe for more truths that most people learn too late.